Okay, so for stomach 36, you're going to find the little dimples at the bottom of the knee, at the base of the patella, and that's stomach 35 is the lateral dimple. If you count the dimples together, they're called xiyan, or calf's nose. Really nice for knee problems. Stomach 36 is on the lateral side, 3 soon inferior to stomach 35. Remember that hand width from your pinky, outside of your pinky to outside of your first finger is approximately 3 soon. You actually are doing it according to your client's 3 soon, which you can very discreetly just compare. Like in a real session, I wouldn't even bother putting my hand on top of hers. I would just kind of compare. If they're similar, that's close enough because you're going to feel where the point is anyway. But you might have a client whose finger width is a whole finger's wider than yours, or a whole finger's narrower than yours. Ours are very close to the same. So this is what you do is you first do a quick measurement, and this is actually a lot slower than I would do it in real practice, just because I'm showing you. In real practice, you want the quick measurement to be so fast that it doesn't really take much of your massage time. So you find the approximate measure of 3 soon distal to stomach 35, and also this side might be better, just because we're going to focus on the lateral side. So you want to be 3 soon inferior to stomach 35. You want to find the crest of the tibia, and so the part of the tibia bone that is not covered by any muscle, like the top of the mountain. And you're going to go 1 soon lateral to the crest of the tibia, the bony prominence on the front of the shin bone. 1 soon lateral, or approximately 1 thumb width lateral. Now the actual location of this point, as every point in the body, can vary a little bit from person to person. And so then what you want to do is find the actual location on them. So you're measuring it quickly, and then you're feeling in the area for where it feels like the point actually exists. This is a point that on most people is going to be tender and soft. And they might not feel the tenderness like on a pain scale, but you should feel like a softness, like a soft spot on an apple. So if you slide up and down the line there, you'll find a softer spot, soft, squishy spot. Couple of pointers, this with variation from client to client, where you're going to want to be is actually in tibialis anterior muscle. So some people's tibialis anterior is going to hug closer to the tibia bone, and some is going to be more lateral to the tibia bone. What you don't want to find is the little soft depressions right next to the crest of the tibia. You'll find little bumps right next to the bone, and those are not the bumps you want. You want to be right in the tibialis anterior muscle belly. So squishing the tibialis anterior muscle belly right now, and as I slide up and down there, there's a soft depression right there. Now a lot of times if you're not sure, this is a pretty obvious point, but if you're not sure, it can be helpful to feel a point above it or below it and feel if there's a relationship between the 2 points. For some of you, you might notice a therapeutic pulse. Others of you might feel the energetic relationship between the points. Some of you might feel it more as an intuitive thing or a gut feeling. This particular point's pretty easy to feel. If you want to check it with a tuning fork, you can put a tuning fork on it and feel if that radiates down the stomach meridian. Or you can use 2 tuning forks and feel the relationship between stomach 36 and stomach 35. Sometimes the advantage of using a tuning fork is that if you're a little bit off the point, it just doesn't feel like the vibration enters the body as easily. And then when you sink right to the center of the point, it's like dropping a pebble in the water, and you can just feel the ripples emanating out. And you can feel when you're in the center of the depression. The point is really like a palpable cup. So you can get that tuning fork right in the center of the cup. Alright, that's good. The biggest mistake people find with finding stomach 36 is just accidentally looking on the medial side. So as long as you remember that stomach 36 is on the lateral side, it's a very easy point to find.